Hi friends, now we will see about Docker. What is Docker? Docker is an open source platform for developers and system admin to build and ship and run distributed application anywhere. Docker we can run on popular 64-bit Linux and distribution with the kernel version 3.8 or later. Docker supported by several cloud platforms including Amazon EC2, Google Compute Engine and Rackspace. Now we will see features. Docker is lightweight, minimal overhead. Docker is based on the Linux containers. One more feature like portable. Docker can run on any Linux system that support LXC. Possible future support for other operating systems, Solaris, OS X, Windows for future. Docker is self-sufficient, which means your Docker container should be able to run anywhere that Docker can run. This is the challenge which the current application we are getting. Okay, you can figure out this sample picture from this PPT presentation. Okay, as I said earlier, Docker is a container system for code. Like you can see here, this is the container. Within the container, development VM available, QA server available, customer center, data center, public cloud, everything contained. Okay, Docker architecture, Docker engine. So in the Docker engine, command line interface will be there. Docker daemon process will be running. Docker registry also will be running. Docker Hub. Docker Hub it's a cloud service, so we can share our applications, automate workflows in the Docker Hub, assemble apps from components. Docker images. Then we need to know Docker containers. Docker containers, it's a unit of software delivery. So the container we can ship anywhere. I mean we can ship and run everywhere. Run everything. I mean anything anywhere. So once the container ready with Docker, so what is the process to run the Docker means? Simply we have to press the button. The button once you press the button, the automatic process will be happen. No, the similar to the container with the Docker. The application automatically installed configured. No need to do any manual configuration with the Docker. How does Docker work? You can build Docker images that hold your applications. You can create Docker containers from those Docker images to run your applications. You can share those Docker images via Docker Hub or your own registry. So Docker container life cycles. So the life cycle of Docker container we can see now. The consumption, which means the build an image from Docker file. From the Docker file we can able to build our Docker image. Okay, the run, which means create and start the container means a run command we have to use. The reproduction, which means we can commit a container to a image, or we can run a new container from an image. If you want to kill or select the container means kill command will be there. To start the command, I mean to start the stopped container means start command available. To remove the stopped container rm command available. RMA is here to delete a container image, Docker container image. Docker file, it's a heart of Docker. Okay, like a make file, it's a shell script with the keywords. The Docker file extends from a base image. The Docker file results in a new Docker image. Okay, a Docker file lists the steps needed to build an image. Docker build is used to run a Docker file. Can define a default command for Docker run ports to expose. Here you can see some sample Docker file from base image, Ubuntu base image. Run apt get update. We are doing update process. Then run apt get install -y and Python software properties we are going to install. Then some configuration. This is the automatic process. Okay. Docker, some commands you can find it from this sheet. From this sheet, uh, you can you can use it. There are a lot of Docker commands: attach, build, commit, copy, diff. So these are the Docker commands you can see here in this slide. Okay, you can follow it. So now we'll go to the summary. So Docker is easy to build and run and share the containers. Docker is rapidly expanding the ecosystem. Docker is better performance versus virtual machines. Docker is a layered file system, gives us Git-like control of images, reduces the complexity of the system build, the Red Hat project atomic host and certifications, containerized applications, secured or OpenShift. Google is expected to tightly integrate containers with its IaaS. Okay, IaaS, we can call it as IaaS, and PaaS. PaaS means platform applications, a service offerings. Okay, so this is the way we can follow the Docker. Docker is especially distributed application. We can build, ship, and run anywhere. Okay, Docker it's similar to version control like version control system like in Git. Okay.